when I got to the university, because of my prior experience in high school, I became a little bit more open-minded and I started to explore. For this particular one too, they called for an interview. I think most scholarships, they just want to get to know you. So I went for the interview. Then I also got that one. It covered my academic tuition, my residential fees, and there was a stipend as well.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the socials. It's another episode of African Stories and Experiences. Keep watching, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Today again is a very familiar face as of now, Randy Tax.
Hello everyone.
Welcome Randy.
Thank you.
We are glad to have you and we can't wait to hear what you have for us today.
I'm really glad to be on the show once again. So today's is actually a little bit different than the usual. It's how I was literally being paid for schooling. Sounds surprising. This happened from high school throughout to my undergraduate education. Have you ever had any experiences with scholarships?
No, I haven't.
Ever?
No.
Oh wow, then you're really missing out, because this is the substance of what today's discussion is going to be based on. It just like opened my mind to the possibilities. Usually when we go to places, we tend to not make use of opportunities available to us. So this started way back in high school. When I was in my final year, I was a science student. I heard about this opportunity to apply for a scholarship, and I was almost done with school actually, but then there's this payment made for the WASI registration. I just decided to give it a try. So I went for the form and filled it and whatnot. I just took my mind off it, because some of these things, it can be very competitive. So I did that, and I think some 2 or 3 weeks later I got a notification that I have to go for an interview. And this is somebody from high school with no interview skills, nothing. It was literally my first interview ever. They required all the interviewees to come with their parents. I think that's very unusual. It was actually from the Accra Church. So I went there with my mom. The other students also came with their parents. Getting there and seeing all the other people, you feel some kind of tension, but we just went and did our thing. It was generally them trying to get to know us at a deeper level, just trying to interact with us and know our background, why we are applying for the scholarship and whatnot. It was a very simple thing. There wasn't anything like putting us on the spot and maybe trying to get any academic information, like maybe ask us about stuff we were being taught or whatever. Yeah, it was just a casual meeting, they interacting with us and getting to know us better. And so that passed. Then later I got the scholarship.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, it's been years, but yeah, thank you. So that got to cater for my WASI registration, and even though it wasn't anything huge, it was still a relief. I'm sure that money was channeled to something else.
Yeah.
So it was cool. So fast forward, when I got to the university, because of my prior experience in high school, I became a little bit more open-minded and I started to explore. And I had this mentor who was also really, really helpful. I went to the University of Ghana, and she just tipped me to just check out some of the scholarships on their website, which I did, right? So
on the University of Ghana website?
Yes, exactly. And so I did, and there was this particular one that caught my attention. I think it was more tuned to people who are pursuing any science course, and it's called the Fondazione Edu Scholars Program. So if you're at the University of Ghana, you could look it up. You never know, it might be your chance, at a very great opportunity. So I applied for this one too, and this one was kind of huge because it was the university. A lot of people, a lot of applications, and their criteria, aside being needy in some way, because they can't be giving out money to people who could already
have the potential.
Exactly. So your grades was also a big component. So you had to be academically strong. Because we're now coming to first year, raising grades from high school.
Okay.
And my high school grades were good. So for this particular one too, they called for an interview. This time it was just us. And so we went. I was tense a little bit, let me just say, because But then again, I think most scholarships, those that really classify themselves as those for needy, bright students, I think usually they just want to get to know you, right? I mean, your grades will speak for you at the academic level. So they just want to know the type of person you are, your goals, what you plan doing after school and stuff like that. And most importantly, how other students can benefit from the scholarship you are being given. Because obviously, if you're able to complete your school, maybe get a good job, a good career, then you can somehow, come back to help other people. Exactly. So I went for the interview, it went on well, nothing extraordinary. Then I also got that one. That was, it was really good. And that was quite huge as compared to the one from high school. It covered my academic tuition, my residential fees, and there was a stipend as well. So it's a huge burden being taken off. And the only thing they required from us was that we have to be in good academic standing. So at the time, you have to have a minimum of 3.0 GPA. And me being a science student studying biochemistry and aiming for, whatever. Yeah, so 3.0 wasn't really difficult to achieve. I was always above 3.0, definitely. So I didn't have to worry about falling below, even though I must say there were some people that actually were taking off the scholarship at some point. Yeah, it was really disappointing to see, but I mean, we are all not at the same level. So yeah, so once you have the 3.0 GPA, you are literally on the scholarship from first year to the time you complete.
Wow.
Imagine being taken care of throughout with a reasonable stipend, academic and residential. I mean, I know of other scholarships that gives the students sometimes even a laptop, just to help with their studies. I mean, there wasn't anything like that, but this was equally good for what we had throughout. From first year to final year, I just sailed through without really having to think about anything financially related. And it was a really, really good opportunity. Aside the academic funds, we also had yearly meetings with our donors. So they come around to check up on us. We discuss how the past academic year has been, and it's been really helpful. We have other people who are sort of ahead, who also passed to the scholarship and they are doing well in different fields. They come talk to us, about life after school and whatnot. So it was a really, really good experience, I must say. I mean, if you are watching, you can definitely try something like that out. You mentioned that you've never had any experience with scholarships.
No.
If I may ask, is it that you are from a financially stable background, or you just never really felt the need to?
No, not that. I didn't have the mentors and others that you might have got the opportunity to meet.
Okay,
so,
well, maybe.
Yeah. So there's diversity in all our backgrounds. I think that contributes a lot too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I also think one of the main issues that prevents students from taking such opportunities is the process. Some of them, the process can be really, really stressful. Yeah. Aside the general ones we know of, government scholarships. I mean, those ones, sometimes you have to go and queue somewhere, submit documents, and it's a very long process, which you go through and won't even get the scholarship. So it can be very. They don't want to be giving money to people who are, from financially stable backgrounds. So they ask for bank statements just to see your financial stance. So I think that might be the reason why a lot of students are not really motivated to.
I think a lot of it is actually on the fact that awareness is not made of these availabilities.
Wow, that
opportunities. It's rare to hear about them. Because this is my first time hearing of an undergrad, especially in University of Ghana.
Wow.
Being taken care of. Yeah. So this is great for those incoming students that have chanced on this video. Take up initiative, even in the absence of others, to lead you on, right?
Exactly.
To go and find them yourself.
Yeah.
It's there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are certain criteria that have to be met. But I think if you really want it, you definitely don't
once
care
you need
about
it, you shouldn't be worried about the density of work that is involved.
Exactly.
Because the need should drag you to.
I mean, in my case, there were some documents I didn't really have. I contacted the office. I was in constant communication. I don't have this. What can I replace with it? And they were really, really helpful. throughout the process, and I think that really helped me throughout my education.
So Randy Tags, with the high school, scholarships, is this something that happens solely in Accra-based schools? Because I know your high school was Accra-based.
Yes.
Accra Academy.
Yeah.
So is this something that was just for Accra, based schools?
I don't have much knowledge about other schools outside Accra, but what I can say is that there's definitely something of the sort everywhere. I think that to a particular extent, every school has a little bit of that. So with my case like this, it was a church that was funding students, final year students. Accra Ridge Church, yes.
Right.
The school itself wasn't really offering scholarships. That was for my high school. Sometimes there are rare occasions where old students, can team up and help such students. But I can't say happens. But what I can say is that you will never know until you try to find out, right?
And I think that one thing that can help is if you are, our audience out there and anything, especially those based in Accra who were schooled in other regions, comment, share with us any opportunities you know about in any of the other regions, schools based there.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, because I'm sure some of the people who are watching will be interested in getting to know such opportunities. And I think with the university ones, I think they really do a great job with informing the students about such opportunities. Because I remember during our orientation in first year, there was this session where the Student Financial Aid Office came around to tell the students, these are the opportunities available. And it's not just the one I had. There are a lot of others. Even there's one from the SRC.
Of University of Ghana?
Yes, there is. So if I'm not mistaken, I think some parts of the dues we pay to the SRC is allocated to funding the stuff like that. So you will never know until you try to find out exactly. So if you go to there's a long list with specific criteria, and definitely you might fall into one of those, and whichever school you are, just make the inquiry, go to the office, talk to someone, and this could go a long way. At the end of my 4-year education, when I looked at my financial statements, it was oh god, I couldn't even believe that they had spent this much
taking care of your academics,
right? Somebody that they didn't know. And I mean, for my batch, we were very few, but I think now they are opening up to more students, exactly, because there's potential to help more people once you fall into the criteria they're looking out for. So just give it a try, and let us know how it goes. If you're already in one, you can comment down below for other people to
what you went through, how the system works now. It's been a few years since you've been in school.
Definitely.
Any updates you can share with us?
I mean, there were others like the masterclass. You ever heard of masterclass scholarship?
I've heard of that.
I mean, people are really enjoying certain privileges. I think during my time, I knew of a few people who were on that scholarship. I remember there was one that some of my mates got laptops, and I was like, whoa, that's huge.
You should have gone for that one, right?
I don't know, but there's definitely a little bit of that thought, because it's like, this is huge. I was like, I mean, did I make a wrong move or something? But of course, definitely, I'm very grateful for the opportunities I've had from high school throughout. And I'm hoping to get more in the future. Wherever you are, just look it up. Get the information. That's the most important thing.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm sure it has been
this has been more educative, than the usual experiences. They still educate, but this is intentionally educated, so take advantage. Well, Randy Tax is done, so like, comment, share. Today we are expecting a lot of comments, because this is an opportunity a lot of people are looking at. So we want you to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Make sure you call a friend, family to subscribe, and also join the family so they learn from all these opportunities.
And if you have any questions concerning scholarships, how to secure certain documents, you can comment down below. We'll be there reading, and if you can help with any of them, why not?
Of
course,
definitely. Also to our WhatsApp numbers, if you have experiences to share in this regard or any other experience whatsoever, our WhatsApp number is showing on the screen, solely WhatsApp. Please send us a text, and then we'll definitely reply and have you join us.
Exactly. If you watch our other videos, you realize you have a whole load of exciting content.
Exactly. So just experiences, scholarship opportunities, whatever it is that it is about. African stories, right?
Exactly. And we also have a link to our WhatsApp in the description. We have our social media handles there, so make sure you follow us. We have a lot of exciting behind the scenes content that we'll be sharing with you there, so make sure to follow us. Thank you so much for being with us. And
let me say thank you for joining us today. It was a great experience as usual, and we are grateful. So folks, I'll see you on our next video. Have a good day. Bye.
1, 2, cha cha cha. 1, 2, cha cha cha.
She wants to shake us for the
Hi YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, and click on that red button that dances like this.
Yeah.
See you. Kasha.
All right.
Bye.
If I don't add you, then change my name.